Hey guys, welcome back. So 2 videos ago, which was my haul video, after I put that video up, I got the most requests that I've ever received for a single look on this specific eye look. So that's what I'm doing for you today. This look is very complimentary on green eyes because it does use red tones. However, in my opinion, burgundy shadows look good on everybody. So if you want to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching. To start this look, I've already carved out my eyebrow with some concealer, and I've also applied MAC Painterly Paint Pot from the crease up. Not into the concealer. You don't need to double up with concealer and paint pot up here because the concealer will double as a holding base for any shadow that you put there, but I just prefer the paint pot as my primer for the rest of my eye area. So I've done that from the crease up, and we're actually going to put a different color as the base for our lid because we're putting a darker color there, so we're going to put a darker base. So the first color we're going to take today is MAC Soft Brown. As you can see, it is very close to my skin tone. It's just a bit more pink. And I'm going to take this on a Sonia Kashuk 109 brush and begin dusting that back and forth in my crease from outer to inner corner. And I want this to be very soft, very blended, and by the time we're done with it, you're really not going to be able to tell where the color begins and where it ends. One tip that I can give for a smoky eye is when you're blending the color in the crease back and forth like this, you don't always need to have your eye closed or looking down like that. If you look directly into the mirror like this, then you can actually see how far up the color is going to come when your eye is open. Because a lot of times, if you just do it when it's closed, you'll do it a little too low. Once you open your eye up, all of that color is going to disappear into that crease, especially if you have really deep set eyes or really deep crease. So if that is the case, I would recommend looking straight forward into the mirror so you can see exactly how high the color is going to come up. So the soft brown that we just used is our transition shade. The next color I'm going to use is MAC Texture, and it's just slightly darker, but it has more red tones in it, so it's really going to complement the colors that we put further down on our eyes later on. I'm actually going to use the same exact brush and do the same exact movements, except I'm going to keep the color a little bit deeper in the crease. It's not going to come as high up towards the brow as the soft brown that we used prior to this. And for this look, we're using the same amount of color on the inner corner as we are in the outer corner. The next color I'm going to use is Brown Script by MAC. You can see it as a deep terracotta color. And the purpose of this color is not to be really stand out, but to help tie all of the colors together in the end. So on a smaller brush, this is a Sigma E45, I'm going to start buffing that back and forth directly in the crease. I don't want this to come any higher than that crease area. Same thing as the last two colors. We're going to do an equal amount of color on the inner and outer corners. The next eyeshadow I'll be taking is right here. This is in the Jaclyn Hill Favorites palette from Morphe brushes. And if you can't get your hands on this palette, this is number ES71. And I will go ahead and, of course, put that down below in the description bar. But ES71 is going to be our lid color. And then just so I don't have to show you this big old palette again, I'll show you now. This one right here is going to go on our eyes as well. This is ES24 from the palette. So next I'm taking this second paint pot by MAC. This is in the color Taylor Gray, and you can see it's like a taupey color. It's just a little bit darker than the skin tone one that I used earlier. And on my finger, I'm just going to tap that on my lid, and this is going to give us a darker base for the shadows. When we're doing this lid color, we want to make sure we bring it all the way in on this inner corner. We don't want to leave that area blank. And the next step is to take the other shadow in the Morphe palette, the ES24, which is the darker brown, and use that on the same Sigma E45 brush we used with the MAC Brown Script. And we're going to use this shadow to help blend out the edges of the burgundy shadow. We're going to use the same movements that we used when we applied the other colors to our crease, but we're going to make sure that this stays right on the border of the burgundy shadow. For my eyes in particular, as I age, of course, my eye skin is getting a little bit looser and it's starting to not like droop, but it's coming down a little bit further like this. And so when I'm blending colors in my crease, I find that if I just lift my eyebrows like that, it makes a big difference in my blending. So if I just leave my eye relaxed like this, the skin is going to kind of move around like this with the brush. But if I lift my eyebrows, it makes the skin taut and it's easier to blend. Once you've blended out those edges as much as you want, take a little bit more of that burgundy shadow and tap it back on the lid, because once you start blending, you lose the intensity of the colors just a little bit. And of course, something you've heard me say 100 times, but I'm going to say it again. At the very end, take your fluffy brush and just go over the top and make sure everything is blended out. So at this point in the eyeshadow, I basically just want to take a step back, relax my eyebrow completely so that my crease falls to its natural state, I guess, and make sure that the color comes high up enough toward the brow for my liking. Now I'm going to take a flat definer brush with the darker brown color from the Morphe palette, and I'm going to start pushing that against my lower lashes. Next I'm going to take a fluffier brush with the ES71 Burgundy shadow from the Morphe palette, and I'm going to use that to blend out the lower lash line that I just buffed on. And as you can see, I am bringing that all the way in to the inner corner right here. I don't want the shadow to come up onto my nose at all. I want to keep it right in that inner corner, but I am bringing it all the way in. Next I'm taking MAC Costa Riche. It is a reddish brown eye pencil. You could just take your finger and push in like this, and that's going to pop your waterline out. So you can run the pencil on your waterline without actually touching your eyeball and without pulling too much on your delicate eye skin. A brown eye pencil or eye kohl is a really good way to define your eyes without looking quite as harsh as a black. And I'm making sure to brush it along the lower lashes as well. That's going to make sure that dark color gets in between those lashes, because if you didn't get in there with a shadow, if you get in there with a pencil, then you're not going to have like shadow, flesh tone, pencil. You really want that all to be dark right there. You want no flesh tone in there. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I'm taking this waterproof cream color from Anastasia. This is in the color Jet. It is pure black, and I'm going to tightline with this. So we're skipping eyeliner and moving straight to mascara. I will be using the Jordana Best Lash Extreme. In my videos, I know I don't always show me curling my lashes, but I never apply mascara without curling my lashes. As with many of my eye makeup tutorials, I will be wearing false lashes. You don't have to if you don't want to. You can just coat your lashes with, I don't know, 2 or 3 coats of mascara, or do it however you want to do it. So for that look that I was wearing in my haul video, I was wearing the Koko lashes in the style Goddess. This is them right next to a pair of Iconics from House of Lashes. You can see they're really similar. These are brand new Goddess lashes, and these are some old worn out Iconics. These I think are $6.99 and these are $12 a pair. So this is the eye look without any false lashes. And this is the look with false lashes. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so yet, and I'll see you next time.